looking back on it, I can see there were patterns where segregation just continued. I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. I went to a school where there were, I guess, lower income or middle class working families there. And it was a great school. And a lot of times growing up, you don't realize you're in a segregated neighborhood. But after my parents divorced and we moved, I was introduced to busing or forced busing. So we would take the school bus, and it was all blacks on the bus because it was from this neighborhood, but we would be bused out to a school which was further away from that. And from there, I started to learn and experience just segregation, how segregated the societies are, because the people I had gone to school with during the day, I felt like their life experiences were different from when I would go back home into my neighborhood. So after completing school, I graduated from the University of Southern Indiana, which is in Evansville. I have my accounting degree, and shortly after I graduated, I had to do one summer class, and I've already relocated to Indianapolis. So I had friends that had gone to undergrad with that are already living here, so I was able to make that leap quite fast. So I landed a job here at Pedcor. During the summertime, I would just work at temp places until I found like a permanent job. So really, shortly after I graduated college, I did land at Pedcor, and I've been at Pedcor. It'll be 24 years in September. So so that's how I landed here. And when I first started at Pedcor, this was in 1997, I was hired on. It was an entry-level staff accounting position, and I was the only minority at the campus, the corporate office. And I was like, okay, this is fine with me, but I've liked the growth that I've seen over time with Pedcor as we expanded our campus, also diversity in every area. I mean, legal, accounting, finance. I started just to kind of see a need, just reflecting on when I would talk to various friends and just family members, I see this need. And then I was also just reminded of how I grew up and my mother struggled. So when I had an opportunity to become, I guess, an owner of several properties, I knew my goal was to rent really to single mothers or even women in general. Maybe they're divorced and they're just struggling. So my main people that I rent to, or my main renters, are single mothers. Because I really want to help them out, because some of them struggle because of their credit is impaired or just different things. They don't make a lot of money, and rent can be very expensive when you have kids. So I look at my profit margin, and I understand what my profit can be, and it doesn't always have to be in terms of cash. Did I help someone get ahead? So even if it's a short-term goal, they say maybe I'll lease from you for a year, but usually they stay longer than that because I'm a good landlord. But I understand that sometimes they can't always pay on the 1st or by the 5th, but I'm flexible enough to know, you can pay me by the 15th, or do you need to break that up because things happen. And I've built that relationship with my tenants to where they pay, and because they want to stay, because they realize this is something good we have, but it takes both of us to work together. So that's my personal mission, is to just help them. So whereas I had mentioned before, I can rent a unit for less than market, and I understand my profit margin, but I know their savings is helping them with food, just utilities, even gas for their car, just different things for their kids. So that's also like a profit, or it's also a way of me giving back. And it doesn't have to be on anyone's spreadsheet. That's just out there to me in the universe, helping someone else. So I'm hoping that we will continue that trend. I work in accounting. I'm currently the deputy CFO, so I did see a lot of the information related to the Institute. And there was just various information that was out there about the Institute, but just talking more with Bruce and Allie about the Institute really just I really like the mission because it really started on one of the major programs that we saw, because it was running through a county, was the Family Assistant Program, and how that was really shaping lives and helping people. As a part of sometimes documentation for our auditors, there's letters that go along when you pay out for the rent. So when you just read those, and just some of the comments of just being in meetings, hearing Bruce and Allie comment on how much this is helping. If I had an opportunity, I would want to be a part of the organization beyond the accounting, because I do a lot of accounting, but I really enjoy what I do on the Institute because I feel like I'm learning. And I want to do all I can to help the Institute, and also to continue in my own personal endeavors as well to help others. So I really like what the Institute is doing, because sometimes I think back, had such an organization been in existence when I was growing up in Evansville, I wonder if there would have been opportunities for us not to always just be in a concentrated area. If we could have just maybe moved a little bit, but I like how the Institute is focused on disrupting segregation that's still happening, and then finding ways in which we could be an inclusive society, because I believe it's so important, even beyond just people of color or different backgrounds that people come from, just being inclusive of even the LGBT community, and just moving in that pattern. So having that discussion and doing the work, I'm glad I'm a part of the organization and a part of the board.